Uh, Good evening this Monday, and welcome to another BMBBH. This is Kev, and reminding you as you walk in to please hit the like button, hit that notification bell if you haven't, and most importantly, if it's your first time on this channel, new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. So, yeah, just good to be here another Monday. What's going on, Phil Brad? Uh, okay, so the topic is policing the conversation of grown ass men. This is it's kind of a rant. I did hashtag the word Black Manosphere because this is what needs to be said when if you're going to call it a manosphere, please call it the Black Manosphere. And that those two words put together haven't sounded very good, as far as the narratives that are being pushed. But hey, for the guys who are hanging in there and not afraid every time someone has something to say, then thanks for hanging in there. But more importantly, um, this is about black men. This is always about black men here. Literally, I called this channel "Black Men Being Brutally Honest." I mean, because that's something that we need to push. We need more brutally honest black men out there. And if we had that, then, we wouldn't be facing so much, crap. I mean, if we were just all honest in the first place about who we are and what was going on. And I mean, like, we have to seek counsel among ourselves as black men. I mean, going to exterior sources, you're not going to get that much of a positive response. You're going to get a bunch of people who try to humble you and try to make you feel like shit just because you stand on something. And that's not what we do here on this platform as well, especially within the ranks of the habitual line steppers. Shout out to the Roger Report. Shout out to Sister George. Shout out to Donnie of You Ain't Shit for Watching. And shout out to Darth Skater 7. That's my crew. And people mention crews and cliques, but despite us being a clique, if you look at us on the exterior, we operate pretty independently. You know, so and I mean, like, we're all great in our own right. So that's just what it's gonna be at the end of the day. I don't expect those four individuals that I mentioned to just up and kiss my ass whenever I want, and I'm not going to start any beef with them just because they may disagree with a philosophy of mine, and vice versa. I hope I get return respect in that manner as well. But they're good people, and you know what? I like to surround myself with good people. I don't like to surround myself with a bunch of goddamn degenerates and slave minded individuals. I mean, seriously. And I'm not talking about too much. Maybe I'm reflecting on recent events a little bit, but I'm not talking about them so much specifically. Maybe one. I mean, because I was thinking about this, and this is no swipe at anyone. But, I was trying to answer myself the question of why would a black man that advocates for the betterment of men sell a sizable channel to a female? I'm still proud of Sister George for that move. But at the end of the day, for me, I came to this conclusion. Maybe he didn't want to sell it to a guy because, like seriously, could you imagine building up a channel to that capacity and then another man comes in, buys your channel, and he does better than you? I mean, he had a certain type of following, but maybe the smartest move, I would say psychologically, was to sell it to a woman. And I mean, I can understand that logic, um, even though I don't exactly see it as being something that I would do or that was cool. But it's reflective of that, like that Highlander complex that I always see amongst us black men. The need to be the top dog in just about everything. We can't rise as a group. It's kind of like LeVar Ball was saying in an interview. Now I know people feel, their certain way about LeVar Ball or whatever, and I mean he's an example of the black father that we need to see more of. As far as in the media, especially in sports, dealing with this younger generation of black men who has all this fame and fortune thrown at them. But it's just like he said. He said like in our community, it's like it has to be that one. What he meant was, in other communities, in the Asian community, they think in terms of family. Even though you have people like Jackie Chan saying, "I ain't giving my kids none of my wealth," which it kind of makes him an outlier. Other than that, as far as businesses and generational wealth, hey, they got each other. Just for Eastern people, Middle Eastern people, they do the same thing as well. Even if religion is involved, and we all know about the Caucasians because they're within our observable eye from day to day. But with black people, it always got to be that one person. It's got to be that one. It's got to be that one Michael Jordan, that one Beyonce. I mean, it's just and I mean, like in their cases, they got I guess pretty good family, generational stuff going on. I mean, well, I mean, still like their parents weren't nearly as big and as famous as they were, so I can't really say that. But then to have great parents, that is really something. That's a plus. But why don't we think in terms of that? And that's pretty much all I say about that. Um, you know, the whole black men not being able to work together thing. It's becoming a bit evident from day to day that that might be more the case than I really want it to be. But being on this platform, it's about accepting facts. Number one, that we are not perfect, that we don't operate like a monolith. We are not of a hive mind, or at least we should not be. But damn, I mean, we got a lot of issues, and it's a lot of us are starting to believe that somebody should tackle it one way, or while another somebody thinks that we should tackle it another way. And instead of saying, hey, you know what? Maybe both of them are problems. Maybe all of them are problems. Maybe there is a problem with the black relationship, which seems to be pretty prevalent. I mean, let me put it like this. And like, y'all have got to stop shaming people for this. But if people are, if content creators are doing numbers because of the conversation of the black relationship, it's because that's what people are looking for. The audience decides that kind of thing. And I mean, like, this effort to try to get black men away from being in that conversation when black men haven't even been in that conversation that long. Like, seriously, I don't think black men have been in this conversation a decade. As far as our outreach to the people and how it affects our culture, black men haven't been in this conversation. But see, some of y'all out there want to call it gossip. It's gossipy. Black men are acting like black women, or men are acting like black men are acting like women. That's the one thing I've heard about this. And I'm sitting up there like, what? Acting like women in what aspect? Using words? Really, with how the men were in the past, like really, men were kind of the women the way the balance was back in the day. You know, I would say like up until a certain point a few years ago, like, and I still feel like this is the problem that run rampant today. A lot of men are blue pill, blue pillish, very blue pill. taking them blue pills. So it was like you heard things like everything centered basically about around pleasing a woman, which I don't blame the younger ones for being mad about. I don't blame them for that. Some guys got led down a dark path, chasing that impossible dream. I guess and we were succeeding at it for a little bit. I mean, but shit, a lot of shit went wrong, and it's worth a conversation. Now, I talk of it in terms of the outcome that is creating for the children, and a lot of people don't want to hear that because maybe they got a kid out there and they're uncertain of their child's outcome. And I'm talking about men and women. This ain't just about a fa I mean, the issue is fatherlessness in the home. It really is. But single motherhood is synonymous with that. But I don't want to get into like the whole single mother thing conversation. I'm talking about policing the conversation of black men. I'm not gonna tell people what conversation not to have. I do get tired of some conversations, but the only thing I can do is jump in and maybe give a devil's advocate approach, a opposing viewpoint. And for the most part, when you go to black spaces and give an opposing viewpoint to uh, what the monologue is or what the panel is talking about, you have people in the chat that want to just cancel your word out. So I mean, shoot, I can do that, but I mean, I'm not gonna stick around in a space where I'm just gonna get timed out. Like, fuck all that. I'll just rather lurk the chat and listen to what the people have to say. I do offer the courtesy of, yeah, you can come over here and disagree with me. Period. This is not. It's not something that I'm gonna push back on too much. I mean, if you say something blatantly stupid, of course I'm gonna kind of get you for it. I mean, but it ain't gonna be like just time you out, cancel that N word out, something like that. Yeah, but I do know that some conversations do get tiresome. But you know what? The general overall audience has to decide that it is not up to me, the individual content creator, to try to sway people into not listening into certain people, which we've seen several examples of that in recent months. You shouldn't be listening to this guy. You shouldn't be listening to that guy. All of us can eat. Orlando's whack women are having kids as well. Yeah, yeah, all kinds. Like it's like a fucking Skittles bag. Like all kinds of fucking women having kids. Like, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Now where was I? Oh yeah. People trying to police the conversation of black men, trying to do even stoop to very dubious tactics to gain silence. And what and my thing to say to those people who do that kind of thing is you're not silencing anyone. All you're doing is making those voices louder. So why even put yourself through the trouble when you can spend your effort and your creativity doing something else? Proving that you are a worthy content creator instead of trying to come in here and tear other people down. Now, I don't normally come in here and do that, try to tear other people down. I mean, but there's a content creator that has a broadcast going on, and in his thumbnail it's got "Black men are weak." This is a black man. So I did something a little ill advised. I left a comment in his chat. And I mean, like, they were trying, I mean, like, immediately the chat was trying to push me to the panel. No, I'm not going to participate in a trauma bonding space talking to irrational ass niggas for 4 and 5 hours. No, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I believe that I am too chill for this platform. Serious, not for this platform, on this platform. I'm too chill on this platform to have to put myself through somebody trying to shame me for having an opinion of my own. And that shit does get old. And it's weird that no one finds that this shit gets old. So it's not. But yeah, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And so am I. So am I. So are the people in the chat. So are the people that are watching. So are the people that are going to watch the replay when they hit that thumbnail with Otis on it. So, also, once again, reminding you guys as you walk into the broadcast, please hit that like button. And if you haven't, uh, and it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Yep, and we are at lucky 7 right now, so hopefully you have a like up there. But anyway, I don't know. It's just I don't like to dedicate my broadcast to the same thing too much. That's just me, and I don't expect any other content creator to emulate that. There are some very talented people out there. There really is, and my hats off to them to be able to come up here, up on this platform, with uploads and live broadcasts, able to share your opinion with people. So my hats off to you. But here's something that some of those people really need to understand: is that you can't complain too much about what other people are saying or what kind of rhetoric they're pushing. I mean, unless it's harmful, toxic rhetoric, then I mean, like truly harmful, not their definition of harmful, like whatever they disagree with, whatever they're offended by. And then like harmful rhetoric, that's speaking in the terms of words hurt. I'm an SJW, so I shouldn't use wording like that. What I, what I am saying is maybe I should use the words that everyone else uses: talking points. Y'all watch a little bit of CNN, and all of a sudden, everything is talking points. Everything is talking points. Why can't you just give people the credit for having their own opinion? I mean, even though many people's opinion coincide, like I was trying to emphasize a little bit ago, hey, if something is a widespread problem and people are interested in the conversations about that widespread problem, if you as an individual have a problem with it, YouTube has many, many options that you can have to not see that kind of shit. Seriously, guys. Shaka New Lou, what's going on? Just talking about policing the convo of grown ass men. Now, when I say grown ass men, I mean that literally. I don't mean man childs. I don't mean boys. I don't mean fuck ass niggas. You know? I don't mean them. I mean men. Men. Grown ass men. I mean, I'm open to requests for topics. I've always been. Maybe I don't outright say it. You know, I'm still trying to figure out a way to go at Phil Brad's request to do a show about separation. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I see a lot of black men and black women complaining about the rhetoric of the black manosphere, complaining, hating on the content creators, talking about how the content creators look, putting the content creators' businesses out there, business or whatever out there, like in an attempt to humiliate. I see all of that shit. But you know what I don't see? I don't see people being the change that they are looking for. I don't see it. I don't see people being proactive about making this a better space. I don't. You're expecting people to do your job for you. You know, as an audience, you can choose to watch who you want to watch. Nobody's making you watch the guys you were complaining about. And how you know all these people, all they talk about is women? How you know? Unless you're watching them. So you can go to another broadcast and complain with Taz about it for 5 fucking hours. These black men need to talk about something else. I mean, shit, weirdo shit. Y'all call the black manosphere weirdos. That's weirdo shit right there. What are you talking about? It's like, I don't know. I'm not inside the head of a young person. I'm not. You know, I can't pretend to know or understand what you might be talking about as far as what you're looking for from men my age. And I do understand it. I should be telling you how to take care of yourself better. I should be telling you how you can make more money. I should be. I'm just not. I mean, hell. You know what? When you're in my observable eye, when all I see is people always saying shit like all these dudes do is talk about these women, then obviously you're not paying attention to the other shit that they're talking about. So why even bother? Seriously. I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be a financial expert. I'm not for real. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to talk about something that I can't really help you on. But I can be brutally honest. And what I'm saying is, some of y'all some weirdo ass niggas. And when I say niggas, I mean that in a kind of a unisex vibe. I mean, like, people use the N word in reference to black men. Now, if you want to blame black men as a collective about everything, my suggestion to every human being with melanated skin and an actual natural born penis, to take that into consideration. Don't be sitting up there agreeing with that shit. Oh, we black men are losers and we need to check ourselves. Nigga, look in the mirror. Shoot, I ain't got nothing to do with what you see in the goddamn mirror. Maybe I believe something different. Shit. If you see an ugly motherfucker in the mirror, hey, you need to take a look at your mother and you need to take a look at a picture of your father. Because, you know, some of y'all and look at who's to blame more for what you see in the fucking mirror. I don't care. I don't like all that information that was spilled out the other night. I don't care about any of it. Shit. If they'd have pulled up the women's information, what the hell gonna happen? Y'all let these broads get away with anything anyway. Shit. And hell, the perception of the men in the black manosphere is so bad to the point where it doesn't even matter what you say about the us. I'd rather say at this point, no, it really doesn't matter. What you're doing is, as you are bitching and moaning, men and women, you are desensitizing the space. They got no fucking reason to consider anything you say now, because you're always saying it. You become a part of the scene. Congratulations. You ain't gonna never stop these dudes from talking about it now. Shit. See, when y'all talk all that shit and you try to humiliate these guys like y'all did with the Black Manosphere meetup, when you talk all that shit, you make them bigger legends. Shit. I'm sure, like, three or four or five times as many people know about Little Big Nate now than they did before. So congratulations. Y'all think y'all so smart. Like none of that shit is working. You know when you send people through a humiliation ritual, they become bigger. I mean, hey, let the content creator Super Sly 75 tell it about humiliation rituals and such. Shit. I already told y'all can say what the fuck y'all want about me. I mean, there's certain rules that it's like a mogwai. There's certain rules that go with saying what you want to say about me. Like that, there's certain lines you should not cross, or you're gonna have a mess of gremlins. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not up here to talk shit. I'm not up here to stick my chest out and say what I'm gonna do to you. I'm just saying, actions speak louder than words. I mean, for real. If you can speak actions on YouTube, you probably have the biggest channels on here. Seriously. Like, there are certain lines I know I wouldn't cross. You know why I wouldn't cross those lines? Because my address is out there. I mean, I've been doxxed a few times. Seriously. It's like, it's never been on the grand stage or anything like that. It always be some murmurs and shit with dumbasses. That, quite frankly, now for real, literally dumbasses. I'm not saying that just because they tried me. You know how people are. If they hate you, they'll say all kinds of fuck ass shit about you. Say, for instance, if a guy hated Absalom Pianki, he'll probably try to make up some kind of corny ass replacement to sound like Absalom Pianki. Something like a Absalom uh, P unky, like urine pee, something like that. I ain't want to get too harsh, nothing like that, but still. Like damn. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is this: I wouldn't turn everyone into trolls. No pun intended. Because you policing these conversations by policing them. Like say for instance, you know how a lot of these dudes try to police the females' conversations, and it seems like they become bigger and more egregious and more adamant with their messages as these dudes try to you this and you that and all this other shit. The same thing is starting to happen with the guys, and it's not anything that has any kind of femininity. Because when females do it, we accuse them of being masculine. So y'all need to make up y'all motherfucking minds. What I'm saying is, it's human. It's human. We never take into account the humanity of things. These men are human. They had experiences, good and bad, just like the women, good and bad experiences. If you're human, you're going to have good and bad experiences. You want men to talk out their problems. Yet, when they bring it up here, you gaslight. Now, let me tell you something. Let me ask y'all something. Type a 1 in the chat if you got a perfect life. I mean, perfect. Now, and don't hit me with that, oh man, whatever God provides me with is perfect. Oh, Bible. No, I don't want to hear that. I mean, it's okay if you want to do that. But I'm saying, like, okay, I'm saying a perception of perfect, like, you ain't got no problems, no issues, no hurdles, no obstacles. And your decision making, you're very conscious of what's smart and what's dumb, what's wrong and what's right. Nobody's going to ever admit that they, are like a shit person. I mean, it like, what if I say something like, oh, press 1 if you're a shit person. Nobody's gonna press 1. Oh shit. All right. So nobody's perfect. No one. And I know y'all don't like to. I know some of you, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna accuse everybody of everything, but some people they don't like to hear stuff like that. People have experiences that they need to talk about, and all it takes is a person to say that they're gonna be okay. Now, somebody feeding your anger and your hate, if somebody's feeding you that, then there's where you go wrong. I've said black men are weak before out of anger. I've said it out of anger and frustration. And you know what? Shaganulu, no, you're not a shit person. No, you're not. I don't believe that. I know you're just kidding around. Yeah, I was get it. I forgot my last point. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just don't appreciate the fact that, I would say this. I always tell these guys to go get therapy if they got problems. Therapy is not one size fits all. I'm not a psychologist. I took one beginner psychology class when I was in technical college. But therapy ain't one size fits all. I'm not going to discredit or discount the medical community, as far as head studies and such, because I'm not an expert in head studies. We do have guys in the space that are like that though. But I can say that therapy isn't one size fits all. It's not. It's impossible. So, how can you tell outright a person to go get therapy if you only had a fucking diagnosis? If you're not even willing to fucking listen, if you're not even I'm getting sick and tired of people saying empathize with some people, don't empathize with others. Yeah, that will make you a shit person. I don't know. I mean, shit. I'm just speaking at the end of the day. I'm just like any of you. I got an opinion. I have a certain way that I view things. Like everything is represented. Everything that black men represent on this platform here is trumped by a conversation about hair weave and single motherism in the eyes of the haters. Oh man. I mean, damn, you can't even talk about a news story. Had a content creator said that uh, people in the manosphere, not specifically in the, now, and I mean like I want the distinguishment because I want these people to start saying black manosphere. There was a content creator like people in the manosphere should not be doing news stories. They need to leave it to the professionals. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, cool. We can't give our perception on events that impact us as a community. It was like this guy knows it all. He said the manosphere. He didn't say B1. You know, he didn't say the celebrity junk people. He didn't say the pro black sector. He didn't say I don't know the slow tip the nah whatever other sector there is. The the beefosphere. Yeah, the hatosphere. You know how y'all love to have all those spears. Aqua Dragon 88. What's up? He said the manosphere need to stop doing news stories. And I was immediately like, who the fuck is this guy? I mean, people like when I do news stories. When I do them, shoot. And just for that, I'm going to do some news stories. I'm going to get back on that. BMBBH News. News without the WS. You know what I'm talking about? Police in the conversation. We're supposed to accept the narratives that are thrown at us, and we're supposed to just say, hey, we need to be quiet about it because we're the manosphere. Black manosphere, correction, for that person. Why y'all keep telling people what they can and can't talk about? Hmm. All right, then. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, the what we should be talking about part. I used to hate when I used to have topics. And, this hasn't happened recently because I've been kind of like doing more solo stuff, broadcast. And, I appreciate panelists when they step up, when they come up here and, share what they think about the topic specifically. But sometimes as a content creator, you have to start like flying on your own a little bit and seeing what you got. But back in the day, I used to have panelists used to come up here, and one of the first things they would say or say during the conversation, and I believe it was an excuse because they were lost and they just weren't aware or float on the topic. Um, they used to come up here and say, "Well, why don't you talk about this or why don't you talk about that?" I give you an example. Somebody was like, "Well, why don't you talk about cryptocurrency?" I was like, "Well, if I knew more about cryptocurrency, I'll talk about it. If I had a passion for it, I would talk about it. You shouldn't talk about things you don't have a passion for or have little or no knowledge of. That's stupid. Seriously. Why would I talk about cryptocurrency if I don't know anything about it? Now, if I start to gain some knowledge in cryptocurrency and I start to do a little good, maybe well in it, then I can start sharing the tips and the tricks that I use for the people to help you guys. Until then, I shouldn't be up here talking, telling you guys, about cryptocurrency if I don't know anything about it. But a lot of people didn't get that. No, well, a few panelists did. They didn't get that. And, I used to kind of, verbally pop them upside the head for it. I used to hate that shit. I would never go on another person's panel and tell them that they should be talking about this or they should be talking about that. That shit's rude. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention this. Now, let me tell y'all. So let me keep it real with y'all. David Carroll is somebody I've only heard about. I haven't watched much of his stuff. I don't think I even watched a full video. And like I say, I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be fake. It's just that I understand the impact that he made on the black manosphere from where it was years ago to where it is now, and uh, a lot of you guys have watched David Carroll quite frequently. So anyway, I can respect I can respect what he's done, for the space and the space's evolution, and still being present when he really didn't have to be. So and also what he has done for FS Avenger, like from my understanding, he's one of FS Avengers biggest, if not their biggest content creator, and they are most certainly going to, if that's the case, they are going to most certainly miss the guy. That is a huge loss. It's a loss to Black YouTube, and it's definitely a loss to Not only the manosphere as entire scope, but a very huge loss to the black manosphere. So much respect, rest in peace. Whatever, if you liked or disliked his rhetoric, I mean, you can't deny, you can't deny what he's done. So, rest in peace to David Carroll. And even with that, I know somebody somewhere is going to have something very evil to say about this guy, which is sad that I would even expect something like that. But he gets nothing but respect from me over here. So, rest in peace. All right. So, back to the topic. Policing the convo of grown ass men. Yeah, because I gotta say, like I say, I check in on broadcasts. I don't necessarily make my presence felt or anything like that. For a lot of these broadcasts, like I say, I have a real severe timeout problem. When I'm not a when I'm not a chat mod, yeah, I have a really severe timeout problem. They will time me out in a second. Some would even block me from their channels as soon as they see me. And I know this is a exponentially bigger channel, but the amazing Lucas, as soon as I made a comment in his live chat, I couldn't see my comments anymore. I was blocked instantly. And I wasn't mad about it. I didn't make a video about it. I didn't do a post on my community chat. I just kept it quiet because being timed out is something I'm used to right now. And I'm not saying it's because, oh, they couldn't handle me, I'm so badass. It's just because, like, something about me triggers people. It could be very well that this is because when I do make a comment in anyone's chat, they see black men being brutally honest. They don't see Kev. And really, for a black person or black people to have a problem with black men being brutally honest, that says a lot about our people. Now, am I going to go on a full on scale attack on the amazing Lucas? No, there's no point to that. There is absolutely zero point to that. All you know is this. All you know is this. The amazing Lucas, and I'm finna drop names, have joined the ranks of Cynthia G, Dennis Sperling, and someone else I can't think of right now. And I mean, like, I've tried to tell Dennis Sperling, and it's just like, whatever. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to say it. I was blocked in his chat. Cynthia G, I expect it. I don't care. That's especially. I mean, I especially feel like she should be bothered by a name like that. So I do expect to be blocked out in her chat as well. You know. So with me is like I understand that black men's combos are gonna automatically be policed, especially by certain factions of black folks. Like, yeah, I do understand that. Like, if you are a black man in any group of people and you start talking in the direction that goes away from what everyone else wants to push, you need to get ready to have a debate. You may not be looking for a debate. You may be like fuck that shit. You might have to smoke some real good. But the second you go against a narrative, you gotta debate it. I just started to learn to like just say, hey, fuck it, you're right. It's not about me proving that I'm right to you. You're right, shit, you're right because I don't want to have this fucking conversation. You literally had to do this. Like Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins said, I'm an atheist, but I'm not a regular atheist. Jesse Ventura said, well, why are you not a regular atheist? Henry Rollins replies because I'm just not going to debate it. I'm not going to sit here and have to explain myself over and over again, even to other atheists. You know, it's just like that. It's gotten to that point. It's like, okay, just you why don't you do the same, like, in talking with other people, why don't you give me the same respect that you ask for or you state emphatically every time you come up with one of these dumbass talking points that you say round into space. Talking points. They use so many talking points. And that respect is, when someone says something that I'm diametrically opposed to, then they're gonna say something like, "Well, if it don't apply, let it fly. Let's just agree to disagree." Why can't they give me the same respect? You know why? Because they're selfish. They don't care. So you shouldn't care either. Shit. Why sit up there and be amused by one group of people not caring, and then act like the other people are shitty for caring? That shit's stupid. The saying God won. What's going on? Yes, that is baby Thanos. And yes, if your suspicions are correct, I will hunted that picture down months ago just to be petty. But I thought it was a fun looking thing I could use as an avatar. And speaking of avatars, I encourage content creators to use the fuck out of avatars. Hell, you have one content creator that does nothing but use avatars, and they have made bank from it. So it works. That is proof that it works. A lot of these people be trying to move this goalpost like, man, these weirdos, they hide behind avatar. They don't want to cam up because they ugly. Why are you concerned about the way a person looks? They ugly. What, you want to fuck them? It's like that what you want to do? So, like I said, there's like one or two content creators that is making buku bank off of just being behind an avatar. So don't ever let anybody sucker you into some bullshit. Use that avatar. I do. Shit. Grown man business. What's going on? My fellow Alabamian. Yeah. So yeah, man, but I mean, it like I said, if I'm a grown ass man, I mean, and this is coming from a grown ass man that understands that I can't speak in repetition. I can't speak in repetition, meaning that I do think it's weird to come up here and talk about women every fucking day as if women are problematic. Yeah, of course they're problematic. See, it's because of old blue pill ass niggas that they're problematic. But we understand that they're problematic. And I do understand that people are going to get tired of hearing a repetitious conversation. And I'll get bored with that shit. If I choose to come up here and say that shit, what the fuck can you really do about it at the end of the day but go on somebody else's channel or go on your platform if you have one and complain about it? Shit. I mean, what, for real, it's like, I don't know. It just that's what it is. And I do believe that if black men do have the opportunity to be heard on a wider scale, that we should be utilizing this for something that is very responsible, and we should not be misleading the masses with negativity. Say for instance, if you ran a channel and all you did was push the whole black men ain't shit narrative, that's irresponsible. Yet, for some reason, that narrative is popular. Hey, shit. I mean, shit. Hey, Shit, man. I mean, all I'm saying at the end of the day is instead of complaining about what these brothers are talking about for problems that were caused by people who look like you, why not just be like someone like grown man business? Be the change. Be the change. Don't complain. Don't sit on your ass and complain like you can't open your goddamn mouth. Be the change that you are looking for. Otherwise, you just hate watching. You're an onlooker. You're adding to the algorithm. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, if you want somebody suppressed, don't say their fucking name. Don't even pay them no attention. When you start paying them attention, once you start giving them that heat, guess what? You are letting people know that this person exists and they're winning. They're rent free in your head, just like that broadcast the other night where all them people were being doxxed. All them dudes moved inside them people's heads. A chat full of perfect ass fucking people hiding behind fake profiles, dropping real names. I was like, wow, that is hella mature. All right, infantry. All right, infantry skills. What are you saying? Make sure this is something ain't gonna get you cussed out. Say elevate the conversation to focus on what's in black men's interests, especially local politics. So okay, it's okay. I get that statement right there. I do. Local politics. See, that's a black people thing because see, when you start talking about politics, what group of people are very much entrenched in politics right now? If you want to get black men interested in local politics, you're going to have to discuss the current system of politics and how to get around the things that you don't like. Because see, here's the thing, y'all. All of y'all got a problem with the Democratic Party, but who's in the Democratic Party? The counterparts of black men, the ones that infantry skills say the conversation that we should get away from. Because if you're going to get people interested in politics, you're going to return right back to that conversation. So if you elevate it, you're going to end up back in the same spot. Unless you're talking about, hey, you know what? Or like they were talking about at the Manosphere meetup, like from what I hear, they are pushing. They're trying to get some resources and some money together to get a lobbyist to go and address our concerns on Capitol Hill. So I do believe in some way, shape, or form that those conversations are already being had. But what happens when we do have those conversations? Those broadcasts are in low numbers. And I'm not making the excuse. I'm not saying that, hey, y'all, since y'all want it, I'm about to go completely ratchet. Which to me is a feminine thing for a guy, for a guy to be ratchet. No, don't. That's bad framing. But y'all understand what I mean. It's just I ain't gotta be the most aggressive, the most messy motherfucker. Like that's not gonna happen. But I say that to say this is like we talk about these conversations that these black men should have, especially the black manosphere, because the word manosphere is thrown around so much these days. We talk about what the conversations we should have. When we try to have those conversations, guess what happens? Now, granted, people do have an opinion about the guy who do discuss politics in detail. You know, granted, but if you're right, you're right. You also got Angry Man, who, although a lot of people feel a certain way about Angry Man, He discusses politics all the time as well. Sub Zero 3639. You know, Green Gorilla. Like, see, look for these content creators. I mean, for me, just observing folks, and I don't watch like a whole lot of YouTube, but I gave you four names right there. I mean, I see y'all be looking for fucking Ted Koppel and goddamn Tom Brokaw and shit. Y'all see a black man, oh no, he's on YouTube. Fuck all that shit. Black man, share what needs to be fucking shared. Share your experience. Share your points of view. Stop letting these motherfuckers tell you what to talk about. And more importantly, stop letting them tell them you're weak. That's some bitch ass shit right there talking about black men are weak. Fuck you mean? And you a black man. Well, I'll tell you the truth, man. It's like what amount of resentment do I have as a black man to really just up and push the message on a day to day basis that black men are weak? Now now let me go down the list of things that I've said that might have become close to that. I've said black men are weak, which is the exact thing, but I don't push that message. I speak of it more in terms of we let things slip off so much to the point where, excuse me, it looks weird when men like me come forward to call out the bullshit. It just looks weird. We've been conditioned to believe that it looks weird. We've been conditioned to believe that a man is somebody that makes sure, and I agree with some of these things. I agree with some of the standards now. A man that makes sure that his family is taken care of and protected. And this guy who just sits in a chair with his legs crossed, with a smoking a pipe, reading the newspaper, and not saying a damn thing. That's the image we got. And yeah, a lot of our fathers did that. My dad always read the newspaper. Still does. But when it came to certain things like assertions of one's beliefs and ideas, that was never encouraged. Man, I hate that. I really hate that a lot of the previous generation of men, I really hate that they weren't more focused on teaching us, really, to broaden our horizons more. To try new and exciting things. It was either a 9 to 5 job or the military. Now the military, for those who have been in the military, and I've had family members that are in the military, and I have friends that are in the military. It's quite. It does seem as it's quite an experience. You know, at the least of it, those guys get to see the world. Besides all of the conflict and training for the conflict. I mean, those guys do get to see quite a bit of the world. I mean, they get a lifetime of experience in a few years. But it was wrong to teach kids that either you get some baseline job or you go to the military. I mean, all due respect for all our people who've served bravely. I mean, people who call people fools for joining the military, they're idiots. For real. It's don't blame them. Blame the government that, ships them over to places they wouldn't ship their own kids to. But back to the previous generation, yeah, it was wrong. And don't just put that off on the men. You know, it was the moms that did it too. Because you got to understand, with that blue pill comes a lot of handing over authority to women. And that's what happens. Some narrow minded focus. It's like, you know, if you're not putting your foot down, then a lot of people do suffer, whether you like it or not. Black man. So you got to fight to assert yourself. You shouldn't have to fight for your children because that's fucking wrong on her part. Not no no no. I'm not empathizing with with Raji Black. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, you know, and what I'll say about Raji Black is this: um, y'all better stop fucking with psychos. Y'all better stop doing dumb shit to psychos and think nothing is gonna happen. So shit. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're saying that I'm being a victim blamer, kinda, you know, I mean, shit, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Shit. But blackmail assertion doesn't go quite over that line. What I'm saying is, what happened to Roger Black was because of a lot of soft ass decision making. You know, a bunch of soft ass decision making creating monsters. So, anyway, wow, it's been an hour. The hour of power. Yeah. See what else I can play. Play this. Yeah. So, why would anyone stoop to any horrible level just to silence black men? I mean, shit. I mean, do y'all know why Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were killed? And you know, and I know somebody out there's like, oh boy, here we go. It's because people wanted to silence them for what they were saying. It was rhetoric that was depowering a system of bullshit. And I am in no way comparing the Black Manosphere to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. But goddamn, if people ain't trying to kill you, not maybe not physically, but shit. Any let I mean seriously, like when people are humiliated, you know, one of my concerns is the person hurt so bad to the point where they might do something to themselves. I'm not worried about the person on the other side, whether they do something to the person on the other side, because, like I said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But, you know, like I said, even if one of these guys are up here because his mental well being is at stake, I believe all things should be considered. I'm so tired of this motherfucker ranting about this, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it's like with a lot of this shit, yeah, I mean, it does explain why they come up here and say the things that they say. But that's everybody. That is literally 100% of all of the content creators. Something happened with them that led them to this. Something happened with me that led me to this. I'm searching for why black people can't get along. It's like, no, no, no. People aren't really discussing why. They just want to point out the falsity of the group. Tell you what, though, we're going to get enough of that shit. I want to know why. I want to know why It's like it's so difficult for black people to get through to black people. Hell, it shouldn't like this, I like when people complain about what white people think. That shit is ridiculous because that way of thinking, that mind should be made up. We have a people who are willing to accept that there's hopelessness in the black of a black community, but are still wondering why white people think the way they think. Man, the decades and decades of history should tell you that. But no, you still ask these questions. Like me, I got questions. You know, I see it from a man's perspective, though. I see it from a black man's perspective, though. It's a real sick problem when your own women don't respect you. And I'm not saying that it's all of the women. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, it ain't like this off the internet. Yeah, it is. It's just more subtle. Shoot, you can feel it in the air every time you walk in a damn Walmart. Shit, y'all talk about a gender war, which is, like I said, a war of ideas. Let me tell you something. I've gotten more ugly looks just trying to say hi to a female just passing by. And I ain't trying to be on, I'm trying to fuck some fuck shit. I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to get your number. It just be saying hi. And it's almost as bad as guys that don't know you, man. Who fuck this nigga looking at? It's almost as bad. But when I say that to say that y'all act like this shit is just on the internet. It's out there. It's just more subtle. You can tell by the way, by body language, by gestures. Shit. Yeah, when and even with certain things that happen that when you observe in public, and I'm gonna say at Walmart again. I'm gonna tell this story. I said it in a broadcast a while back. I was telling about this older man and this little woolly bully looking woman. You know, if you know where I'm going with the bull part. I mean, a little old stumpy little thing. She was about 5'3". This old man pulled his mask down off his face. I guess just to breathe some free air or something like that. This girl checking out in the next line. She turns around. She almost gone now. Little Willie Bully turns around. Little Biggie Smalls. And sees this old ass man. This man is about 70. Look like he about 72, 73. This dude is walking with a staff. A staff. Not a cane, like a staff, like that is just about as tall as he is. And she starts to curse this man out like he disrespected her like real bad or some shit. She just starts to cuss him out, and I'm sitting up there like, what's going on? This is like after like 3 or 4 minutes of it, and as I'm starting to listen, it was about him pulling down his mask. I was like, damn. Now, significant to this conversation of, or at least this point right here that I'm trying to make of how this little social media thing reflects real life is all of the women in the area were chuckling because the girl was cussing out this old man. And I immediately called it out, and two of them got pissed off with me. Don't be trying me. Don't be trying. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Don't be trying me. Like, you're a female. I can't hit you. I'm not gonna hit you. But like these females act like you say a word like oh my god, the feelings hurt just as much as a stab to the gut. Like no, it doesn't. Shut the fuck up. What I want to know is why is it that y'all are at him and not at her? Who she looked like she need to do some side struttle hops. I mean, I don't know if any of you know what that is, but like the simplified terminology is jumping jacks. But I mean, damn, they weren't even trying to stop her. She up there, sitting up there like she about to Mike Tyson this old man, and all the women were just in the area, like just laughing and chuckling because she cussing them out. Like they try to correct him about not wearing his mask because it's pretty obvious. Like the reason why you're getting COVID is because somebody got the goddamn mask off. It ain't because of actual COVID. Like people are so fucking lame. And guess what? The guy oh, it's just Facebook. Oh, it's just YouTube. No, go take a look outside. Try to go to you ain't got to be a Walmart. It could be your local shopping mall, and try to start a conversation with at least five black folks. Now, if you're white and you're listening, I'm not talking to you. Uh, I mean, you can experiment, and you'll probably get more positive results than a black person I asked to do this. And that's sad, but I don't give a fuck what you would think about it if you were Caucasian. Let's just say that. I mean, you do deserve your place in the hierarchy as far as the world is concerned, but I'm talking to my people, and I'm talking to them for a reason about this, because, like I said, try it, just try it. If you really honestly believe, yeah, I did. I lost like 25 seconds. Yeah, I know why that happened. What's going on, PK Angel? Hybrid catastrophic impact X 83rd power. She couldn't get away with disrespecting an elder in Nigeria. Here's the thing. I don't understand. I don't understand why like they act like they got it so bad in America. No, you don't. Go live in Iraq. Go live in one of these African countries. I mean, like I said, no, they got some beautiful spots in Africa now. I mean, I'm not stereotyping Africa. I mean, but seriously, why do these Western women think they got it so bad? Well, that's another convo. Just here to say, just basically, I don't know, black man. I mean, we're quite used to this by now. We're quite used to the whole people telling us what we should be talking about instead of what is. And I mean, like everybody who says that be in the spaces saying that, talking about black men, not even what black men should be talking about, black men as a collective. And the bullshit needs to be called out. And people need to stop acting like this shit is alright because it ain't. Grow some balls. Shit, something. I don't know. Shit. Man. So, yeah, Saturday is the big day for a lot of children, but it's like a broker day for a lot of parents. Talking about the holiday, that most wonderful time of the year, coming up on Saturday. I'll probably just get a little drink in my system. I'm not gonna drink eggnog or something. Eggnog always does something to my gut. I love eggnog though. Love eggnog. I mean, it's just the tastiest little drink ever. especially with alcohol, with some rum. But hopefully all of you got your Christmas shopping done. But if you're anything like me, no, you haven't. You still got some ways to go. And it's like I'm always the last minute guy on Christmas. I'm always last minute guy. I mean, I always turn up with some kind of miracle. Like, gift cards make miracles happen. Look, I didn't get you a specific object, but with this gift card right here, you can get this specific object. And they were like, "Yay, thanks, thank you, you're so thoughtful, all right." Yeah. I might do a broadcast on Christmas. I might, not everyone believes in Christmas. Shoot. We got a we got a guy in the space called Grinch. As a bitch is his favorite time of the year. Yeah. But policing combos. Alright. Aren't you tired of it, black man? Do you care? Does it mess with your resolve? Are you afraid you're gonna get doxxed if you keep telling the truth? That does happen. Did a female make you come up here and say, um, these black men ain't shit? They're weak because they talk about stuff. Come on, let's spill let's get it out. Ken seeing red. What's going on? Say me too. I hate shopping. Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I think I worked my daughter down to like not wanting toys so bad. I mean, like I'll be like, and I'm like, I may feel a little wrong as a parent for doing this, but I'm like, look at what you play with, like like that's not that toy we got you last year, you know, just being a little sneaky about it. I don't know. I will say that. Let me discuss something real quick with y'all, and I think I mentioned this before. Like it seems like every time like my kid goes to school, like they have a little Christmas party, she comes back with a white doll, like a white little Barbie doll or a little white Barbie doll knockoff or something like that. And I actually had her. They parents are looking for this. They used to do the doll test with kids, right? And it was like the kids would pick the white doll over the black doll. My daughter actually helped me discover why that is. It's because of the images that they present on TV. I said, "Why do you like that doll?" She said because it's pretty. I said, "Why do you think it's pretty?" Because that's all they show on TV. And so it begins. So what I did was I threw that dumbass thing away. I mean, for real. I mean, like, I mean, it's like, and I don't have any mercy for that. And I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second. I'm gonna tell you a story in a little bit. And I mean, she got over it. I mean, I really want her to understand that her melanated skin and her melanated hair is beautiful. I'm one of those parents that are about that life for real. You know, I'm not going to tell women online that for a virtue signal. I'm going to tell people that actually matter to me that. And I need for that to be very important for her growing up. Because, see, the problem is a lot of these women did not grow up with that. They grew up with people who had stank ass personalities. And likely the culprits are females that were just like them. I need for my daughter to understand that. You ain't gonna be growing up thinking that white women are prettier than black women. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No, no. Yeah, so this Christmas, when they got let out of school, here she come in, bag full of goodies. And here we are with another white doll. Now, she doesn't go to a mixed race school. She goes to a school that is predominantly black. Predominantly black mean I see nothing but black kids. So who are all these black parents that keep buying these white dolls? I'm like, damn. The problem ain't the kids had the damn time. It's the grown ups. So I just check it right at the damn door. I mean, no use sugarcoating it. Shit. When you're a child with questions, you become a resentful adult. Well, no, no, wait a minute. If you become a child with too many unanswered questions, you become a resentful adult. So I'm just gonna make it real clear why, like, and my daughter's too young for a lot of the dispositions that I'm gonna introduce her to. I'm gonna be gradual with it, but like one thing that I'm gonna get out of her for real is like hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power sand down there programming. I'm gonna deprogram all of that shit. If you're a parent, you need to have the courage to do that shit. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for my daughter to feel bad because she feels like a white woman is prettier, just like most of these old bitter broads in these old coping spaces. If you learn anything from them, learn that. You learn how not how you don't want your kid to turn out. And I've told several women that they hate me for it. I'm a black woman basher since I said that. No, I'm trying to raise one that actually carries that title with respect. Y'all ain't got no goddamn idea how foolish you look sometimes. Not speaking to the people that are in the chat to participate, of course. You guys are intelligent. You guys are the best chat on social media. All right, D. Scott, what's going on? Good to see you. Yo. Yeah. Who's seen Spider Man? Spider Man No Way Home. I know that's a little off topic. Yeah, I went and saw it like Thursday afternoon. Shoot, like I would have to say one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Spider-Man film. That's just, and I will say that I will not say anything else because some of you probably haven't seen it and want a chance to go see it, and you're probably waiting for your family members to get in town so you can go see it. And The Matrix comes out this week. And speaking of that, we got this entertainment channel called The Black Dimension, and we already did the first Matrix film. We're doing throwback conversations on there too. So we're gonna do the before the movie hits the theaters, which I believe that is Wednesday. We are going to put out the other two throwback conversations on the Matrix Reloaded and the Matrix Revolution. So definitely when you look up my YouTube channel, I will have the broadcast posted in my community tab, so y'all can watch me make fun of Roy Jones Jr. and Matrix Reloaded. Goddamn, Murphys, you ain't never gonna change. But yeah, definitely. And if you haven't, please go and subscribe to the Black Dimension. That's Black BLAKK Dimension. Subscribe. All right, what up, Cortez Smith? Giving a shout out to Grown Man Business. If he's still watching, shoot, sometimes we busy. Sometimes we go do other stuff and then we'll check back in. So I do that all the time. Yeah. So anyway, wow, it is late. I need to stop going on late. So I can open up these panels a little bit better. Cause like it's getting to the point where I gotta slow down because I gotta hit the road tomorrow. And maybe I should have said that because you know how y'all play with everybody information around here. I'm telling you. I mean, that's what I got to say to my people. It's like don't play around people's info, man. Cortez Smith, did you hear about David Carroll? Yeah, I'd already talked about David Carroll. Infantry skills reminded me. I actually heard about David Carroll, earlier today, and there were just at first there were people that were just saying that he was dead, But seemed like it's been confirmed. They said his sister made a post about it on Facebook, and I've already said like I didn't watch much of his stuff. In fact, I really like not much of it. I will say that, but I understand and realize the impact he made. As far as the evolution of the space of the black manosphere, and I do also understand that he was probably the most prolific content creator in FS Avenger. So yeah, again, rest in peace to David Carroll. All due respect. Say, uh, apparently D. Scott, yeah, apparently David Carroll passed away. Uh, yeah, Cortez Smith said, I was hoping that it was a rumor. He was said to be the original even before Tommy. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, gotta give credit to both of those brothers, David Carroll and Tommy Sotomayor. A lot of people don't like Tommy Sotomayor. But if anybody is an example of how people have tried to police a black man's conversation, it would have to be Tommy. Like, Tommy has lost so many channels. I mean, seriously, if for anybody who getting channels clipped, I think Tommy is probably the leader in getting his channels taken away. And it's all because they tried to police what he was talking about. Police his convo, tone police him. They wanted to control his narrative. I mean, regardless of how you feel about Tommy, you know, Tommy was saying some real shit. You know, Tommy says that we wouldn't be up here talking the way we talk if it wasn't for him, though. I I don't agree with that. I believe the forefathers of the black manosphere is responsible for that. I think Tommy just got popular. You know, Abe Griggs, BS. Okay, I must have said something you disagree with. And what's going on, Abe? What's going on, Abe? Abe is out of Abe. He's in the group. So, Abe, you said BS. Explain, clarify. So this is the part where I started to become a little bit more interactive with the chat. I mean, I've been interactive with the chat, but yeah. Oh no, I agree. Oh, okay. All right. No, I wasn't. I wasn't gonna bite your head off. I'm not one of them content creators. Oh man, fuck you for disagreeing with me. Somebody time him out now. I'm not that. All right, Cortez Smith. The forefathers all copy Tommy, especially O'Shea and Old Man. Uh, used to work with Tommy. Uh, let me offer some clarity. When I say forefathers, I don't mean the big dogs of the current structure of the Black Manosphere, which is Obsidian and O'Shea. I was speaking more in terms of Sergeant Willie P, uh, K Soul and Black, that those guys that were in Manosphere 1.0. As far as I'm concerned, they're the forefathers. And four as in FORE. Um, it's now if you wanted to make that argument about if you want to make that argument about how dudes after Tommy copied him, shit. I just can't say they copied Tommy. I can't. Like, I mean, like, just because a black man come up here and get up here and speak, that's supposed to be like Tommy? Now, in that case, every black man that's gotten up here has copied Tommy in this case. But if you're talking about in terms of the really being like your talking points are really like direct and sort of negative toward black women, and that then in that aspect, a lot of guys didn't think they could do that before Tommy came along. But then again, there was a 2008 gender war on YouTube, from what I understand, and that was happening anyway. In fact, if anyone would take any credit for coming to the forefront and saying a lot of things about these women, I would probably have to give that credit to the legendary rap group NWA. I have to give that to NWA. NWA was red pilled in the motherfucker. They just got dismissed as gangster rap, especially after Ice Cube left. You know, but I mean, I want y'all to go back and listen to Straight Outta Compton. Don't and tell me is that like a lot of that shit y'all ain't heard on Straight Outta Compton ain't some of the most red pill shit you ever heard. And I'm not talking about just I Ain't the One. Even though I Ain't the One is a pretty red pill song. Hurry up and buy. Who is David Carroll? David Carroll is a David Carroll is a content creator that has been around in the black sector for over a decade. If I give out any inaccurate information, anyone who knows anything past what I'm saying, you can throw that in the chat. Big B Kale. Okay, Big B Kale. That sounds like that was another content creator back in the 1.0 days. Yeah, David Carroll, I believe, is from the 1.0 days. Yeah. Also, hurry up and buy. There's this platform called FS Avenger, which really is specifically for black men content creators. David Carroll was very huge. I think he was actually their biggest content creator. People don't remember. LaShawn Jefferson says people don't remember. Tommy didn't patent black men pissed off. Yeah, FS Avenger. FS Avenger used to be Black Avenger, but I think what happened was that site got hit. Like by it was problematic with the upkeep, the maintenance. I don't know. I think that I gotta stop saying I think. I gotta have concrete information. They changed the name to Free Speech Avenger. They didn't name it Black Avenger anymore because maybe the copyright was already there was already a Black Avenger out there. But I don't know. But anyway, David Carroll. David Carroll, very instrumental to how the Black Manosphere is in the present day. So a lot of people would actually believe or be mad at me for saying something like that because the black manosphere in its current state is catching a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Everyone always has this big old complaint about, the black manosphere. And some are legit. I'm not one that just says, um, in order for me to be like a complete like zealot for the black manosphere, I don't know. There have to be certain things in place, you know. But I'm at the level right now that I can point out that there might be a couple of issues with the space that need to be taken care of. I mean, and people can take care of anything they want to at their speed. But definitely, if we need to do work on anything, we need to work on something that is generally a black man problem, and a black man problem is our capacity for unity. You know, I don't think that the issues with the space are too separate and too removed from the problems that we as black men face. So I can speak in that framing. All right. Yeah, I do agree with it. I do agree with that statement. Hybrid catastrophic impact X 83rd power said the black manosphere is so necessary for black men especially. Yeah, and if the black manosphere is torn down again, it will rise. It just does. It's just like, I guess that's why everybody's like, oh, there's this 1.0, there's this 2.0, there's this 3.0, and really the point O's are at odds. And my desire is that, I wouldn't want that. I would want us to think of ourselves from a point O aspect, but a lot of people want that separation. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Angry Man also, I understand he was close to more of the 1.0. He's 2.0, but I believe he stated that he came in with 1.0. So yeah, and I think I've been placed in 3.0. I mean, it's confusing. Like shit, you know. I Yeah, but let's see, LaShawn Jefferson, what's going on, man? Tommy made it popular with white folks. Black women still have problems with any black man still. Mm. Uh, Says it's sad to hear another great content creator pass. Red Pill Mike passing was terrible, but now David Carroll. We live and we die, man. All I can say for black men is take care of yourselves. And I'm including myself in that too. I don't know what happened with David Carroll, but it's just we gotta go. some when we gotta go, man. There's no predetermined date for that. Lee's ways, what's going on? Yeah, it said the respectable ones didn't copy Tommy, but the ones who still are here did. That's why they beef. Okay, that's why they beef. Okay, so yeah, Tommy put out the accusation that Kevin Samuels, who is and everybody knows Kevin Samuels at this point. I mean, some of these tone police people, they put out Kevin Samuels' name enough to the point where if you don't know Kevin Samuels, you are very, 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 very new to the space. But Tommy has accused Kevin Samuels of stealing from him. So a lot of people do believe it. Myself, I don't think it's so much, but I do run into issues with people when I won't admit something like that. Abe Grizz, I just lost a friend tonight. Yeah, man, losing first of all, my condolences. I'm sorry to hear that. And like, losing a friend. I lost a friend a couple years ago, and I think about the dude every day. All the jokes that we had shared, man. I mean, he was my little brother. So I mean, it's very tough to lose a friend. So I mean, like I said, man, keep your head up. Just take it day by day. Take it day by day. Cortez Smith, he copied him to a T. No pun intended. LOL. Okay, well, I mean, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, and maybe I don't know. Maybe Kevin flipped around some terminology. Instead of BT 1000, he says Big Shirley. Some. I don't know. I don't know. But like, it's a big up to the content creators anyway. Like I said, for coming out there and giving their flair, giving their presentation. Tommy or KS. I mean, shit. I think both. I believe both them brothers. Deserves a big up for what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, both were funny. Tommy funny as shit. Like Tommy funny as shit. I mean, a lot of like black females, especially like my wife can't stand Tommy. She don't want to admit it, but like, but I mean, like it is what it is. But it's like Tommy's funny as shit. Kevin Samuels is funny as shit too, though. Like I said, you're allowed to like both of them. Philip D. Redden Jr. What's going on? And like I said, as I walk in, I hope all of y'all didn't hit that subscribe button. Shoot, let me check something real quick. Check something real quick. Like I said, hopefully all of y'all just y'all pressing the like button, and and thanks for showing up. Most of all, I am grateful. I am grateful to you guys that were sharing this broadcast with me. All right, let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right, I got 43 likes, no dislikes. All right. Cortez Smith, it would be good for them to work together. Yeah, it would be. It would be. Can you imagine how big a show that would be if Tommy Sotomayor and Kevin Samuels got together? Like that would be a big ass show. But they would definitely stick. Oh, I mean, they already calling Kevin Samuels a black woman hater. I mean, you're gonna like any guy in this space. Say, granted, they say one or two trigger words is gonna get called a black woman hater. And I mean, I can only imagine the shockwaves that was sent. I do wish more like black men that were heavyweights in the game. I do wish they would work together. It would definitely bring more prominence and attention to the space. If Tommy and Kevin work together, yeah, it'll be some cool shit to see. But it ain't gonna happen because most of us black men are Highlanders. Our egos are too big. You know, it like kind of like years and years ago. The Jay Z, R. Kelly, Best of Both Worlds. I wonder who remembers that. It's like shit. Anybody who remembers that tour that happened years and years ago, remember that tour melted down. Now, Jay Z and R. Kelly, both big in the game. Now, we're not talking about the R. Kelly of today who's in prison right now. We're talking about the R. Kelly that was still doing that shit that got him in prison. I mean, didn't they come out with two of them, like Best of Both Worlds and Best of Both Worlds 2? Oh yeah, the Best of Both Worlds didn't last too long simply because of R. Kelly. At least that's what I heard. Yeah, I heard about that. R. Kelly was complaining about like all kinds of little shit. Like he just kind of like diva'd out. And I mean, like, let's face it, Jay Z is bigger than R. Kelly now. I mean, of course, because R. Kelly is in prison. Everything that's happened to R. Kelly. But Jay Z was kind of bigger than R. Kelly back then. Jay Z was in that money back then. So the egos were gonna clash. I mean, I guess it's just like that. But it's a shame. Like, I guess that's why, like, when I used to observe movies back in the day, like, I can always observe how the big name white actors could always get together, but the big name black actors can't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess everything just works out like that in full circle. I've heard R. Kelly was a control freak. Cortez Smith says. I mean, anyone. I mean, let me put it to you like this. His nickname is an obvious giveaway of that. The Pied Piper of R&B. he's he's the Pied Piper of R&B. So of course, yeah, that's metaphorically speaking. Yeah, he's a control freak. And then the way, and you know, a lot of people are probably gonna get mad when I say this. The way he used to manipulate young girls. Shit, who's better for a control freak than a young girl that doesn't have her own mind? As twisted as that is for me to say. I mean, it's not twisted on my part. I don't believe in that kind of crap. Mr. Z, I see you down there. LaShawn Jefferson, flute of young girls. Shit. R. Kelly had them girls playing the meat flute too now. Shit. Like, it's sorry. Yeah. But I see you down there, Mr. Z. I am a boy, Damien. Cat Williams. Yeah. Hell, what if Cat Williams and Kevin Hart worked together in a film? I don't know. Maybe I'm just pointing out all the guys that were feuding, like, because you know, Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, they had this big issue, and I believe is like, I believe that issue might have been who was the shortest, funniest nigga in Hollywood. You know, that might have been it. Ain't no room for too short. Ain't no room for too short, funny niggas. PK Angel, I take the Boondocks approach. LaShawn Jefferson, it was a short fight. Or is that the name of the film or the name of the project they're gonna work together on? Yeah. If someone starts peeing, I'm gonna get the fuck out the way. Yeah, exactly. Like, that was so funny, but it made so much sense. Shit. Yeah, fellas. Let me see. Police in the convo of black men. I'm gonna open up the panel because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to hop up. Whoever's gonna hop up, or else I'm close. Ain't no or else. Like, how's that consequential to y'all? I mean, or I'll say or I'll just go ahead and say my final words, and I'll go ahead and shut it down. Cause this particular conversation, it ain't about just me. It's about black men. But I will say this: think in terms of the space. You know, we know what society's trying to do, and with the images that they are trying to present to us on television and in the media. But you know, we gotta speak in terms of the space because a lot of people that speak in terms of the space speak negatively about it. Hey, you know what? Love to see some fight. I would love it. But hey, you know, I'm just one guy. So, see what's going on in here. Check my likes again. All right, 45 likes. I am still at 100%. Y'all must don't want me to play my video. Well, whoever's watching in the clouds. Yeah. Well, tell me what y'all think, man. Policing the convo of grown ass men. You know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not just gonna blame it like just call it like a generational thing. You know, because really a lot of these people tooting their horns, man. It's kind of like they're a little late to the party. But I mean, as long as there's a willing ear that's willing to listen, I try not to say things that are too stupid. Yeah, but I'll put you like this. Let me speak from Kev's perspective. Yeah, cause I'm really like I got very low. I have very low to no tolerance for it. I do. Like even if I'm kind of cool with you and you try to sit there and make me believe that I have to speak a certain way in order to be around people, it to me that's like submission. That's okay, LaShawn Jefferson. You can always go back and watch. When you, of course, when you in it, for those of you listening, I mean, if you coming in late, you can always go back and watch how I lead. I mostly leave my broadcasts up unless somebody says something I feel like I can get a strike for. I won't private your broadcast. I mean, I won't private the broadcast. But you know, I mean, if you come in late, you just come in late. You can always you can always watch the replay when it goes off the air. But I have very little to no tolerance for people telling me what I should be talking about. Peak Angel, I would, but StreamYard hates my phone nowadays. I mean, there'll be other times. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon off YouTube. I mean, this broadcast, like I said, I got to get ready to, I got to get ready for the Christmas holiday. Get ready to put some smiles on some children's faces. You know, a particular adult too. But it's just it is what it is. We grow up in these traditions. A lot of us don't believe in those traditions, but I do believe in the fun aspect of it. I mean, I just don't want to have that conversation yet. I don't want to push BS. I don't so much talk about, oh my God, you better get in bed because Santa's coming and all that. Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. As a black parent, why are you pushing white Santa Claus? Like, seriously. Now, I might have to say it out for Saturday. Like, it'll be the perfect Christmas conversation pushing white Santa. It'll be kind of funny too, man. I mean, everybody crack some jokes and drink, come up under the influence of spiked eggnog. Like shit, I believe that'll be a funny one. Whatever I decide for Christmas. But yeah, yeah, I believe that. I believe that I'm coming to a close. And Abe Griggs, let me tell you why I don't believe like why they keep pushing White Santa. Like I mean I'm why I wonder why they push White Santa because think about it. Like you make all that money, you spend all that time working all that hard. If you're an hourly worker, you work a bunch of hours. If you're a salary worker, you have to put up with some BS from your superiors. You buy all these gifts for your kids, and the thanks you get is none, none at all. Some big old jolly fat white man that looked like he probably slapped your great 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 grandmother for simply having an opinion. He gets to take all the credit for your hard work. That's bullshit. But hey, we can always have that conversation on Saturday. Right now, let me get back to my final statement. I mean, this is going to be it. Uh, Listen up. Abe says I'm in Facebook jail again. That's why I haven't posted in the group. Yeah, when you telling that truth. Or you might have said a cuss word. You spelled it out fully. But for the most part, when you telling that truth, Facebook makes your account very sensitive. Like, I mean, as intense as I am, I had to turn it down a bit on Facebook because they be on that BS. Kev, you're suspended for 30 days because you said the feminists were full of it. I said something that always gets me. Like, I got suspended twice for it actually. I got suspended I got suspended because I said it initially, and I got suspended because I showed the screenshot in a comment section. And the comment that I made verbatim was gynocentric men are a cancer. Cause I don't know, that's one of these dudes, man. That these dudes, one of these Kevin, you full of shit, you hate women, motherfuckers. One of them guys. I often want to cross these guys because, like, I don't back down. I don't like. I really can't stand when I don't back down from both males or females as far as conversation, but I get labeled a black woman hater for that. I mean, I should be used to it, but some things are just too stupid to get used to. Yeah, but as far as policing the conversation, I'll tell y'all this: no one's a harder, no one's a harsher critic on Kev than Kev. No one's a harsher critic. So you can look at my mistakes and my transgressions all you want to, like they're bad things. If you're looking at them like they're bad, I'm looking at them like they're worse. So with that being said, unless you're like a psychotic, sociopathic, creepy, depressed, probably to the point of suicidal thoughts at the expense of others, unless you're like one of those archetypes and that's similar or similar, if you're right, you're right. Period. If you've made an excellent point, you've made an excellent point. Period. Hell, there's a couple of content creators I ain't too particular about. But if they're right, they're right. Period. Even if that content creator, I ain't gonna say that. Fuck all that. I ain't gonna even give that person a pleasure. And I shouldn't try to say what you should be talking about or you shouldn't be talking about. The only thing that I can do is tell you myself why I think it's stupid. And we can agree to disagree at the end of it. There's no need to proceed with any kind of beef. There's no need to proceed with any kind of, you know, fist fight. We can just agree to disagree at the end of the day. But for me to sit up there to try to police your conversation because it makes me uncomfortable and it hurts my little feel wings, that's not right. That's not right. And that's not right for any of you to do that either. The best way to police a conversation is to absolutely and just ruthlessly debunk the conversation. That's how you properly police a conversation. All this, you should be talking about this instead, or you should be talking about that instead. That's when I introduce you to this little game that I've been trying to play with, people who say stuff like this. And the name of the game is pick which cheek to kiss. That's the name of the game. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you can do one or two things. Either you can cut to another broadcast and not watch me, or you can play the game of pick which cheek to kiss. And quite frankly, black men should have this attitude by now. If not this attitude specifically, one that is a, a hell of a bit more assertive than a lot of what's being displayed. Don't be scared of these motherfuckers. But at least if you're going to do that, have the ability to stand on your word. And if you don't want to do that, then good luck. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Because these are shark infested waters at these points. Don't bleed. So, anyway, listen up. Just might do an extra broadcast this week. After all, I did miss Saturday, and really, I have to stop missing days. Yeah, but you guys have been great in the chat. Um, you guys watching in the clouds and you guys watching in the replay, I really appreciate that. It's a great thing. And as this channel grows and grows, hell, hopefully you guys will be along for that when that happens. But for now, I do appreciate you guys. I really do. You guys are really like you're really humbling me and making me glad that I did decide to come to this platform and to share my thoughts and my ideas and my opinions and my views without disrespecting me. Now I can't say the same thing for Facebook. Shit, every motherfucker disrespect me just by every time I make a comment. you know. But it's all good. It ain't gonna ever make me do something, that is irrational. I mean, depending on what it is. Like, if like, I'm mostly like this. You say it about me, I'll probably 9 times out of 10 let it slide. I mean, you can say whatever you want about me. You involve my family, that 9.5 out of 10 times turns into a negative 5 fucking thousand. That's just the way it is. So anyway, don't be afraid, black man. And I shouldn't have to tell you to be afraid anyway, because that's in man code. Shit, don't let no one of these motherfuckers police your conversation, tell you what you should be talking about, telling you to tone it down. Because, quite frankly, and let's be brutally honest about this, all those people that's telling you that shit or letting that shit bother them, they don't deserve it. In some of the most obvious ways. They don't deserve your clemency. They don't deserve your mercy. Be a ruthless nice guy. Period. And with that being said, it has been 2 hours. D. Scott, thank you for the super chat and everyone who's given me super chats in forever. Thank you for your support. Say, I don't try to be right anymore. I go for accuracy. Yeah, go for accuracy. Go for accuracy. Go for facts. No one has ever argued successfully against a fact. Remember that. So, all right then. That's it. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. See you next time. Oh yeah, Fear Done. Thank you for the super sticker. And because of that, I got a special treat for all of you still watching. This.